I started my YouTube channel called Aspen's Journey. Listen to the title. I'm only 7 weeks in from finding God. I'm still in massive debt. I'm still 200 plus pounds. Nothing has really happened yet, but what God placed on my heart, y'all, what he placed inside of me, I knew what was about to transpire. My life catapulted, and every single thing that I touched prospered. This video is really important to me. Sometimes you guys as viewers really don't realize the power that you have in making a video go. I'd really appreciate it if you could just like the video and comment I support you before we even get started. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Aspen's Journey. As you can tell by the title or probably by the thumbnail, you already know what this video is going to be about. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. The date that I found God started September 2nd, 2019. But to really understand my frame of mind, we have to go back a couple of months. So I was unemployed, struggling with addiction in a major way. I was in a really deep depression, the darkest place in my life that I had ever been. I mean, I had absolutely hit rock bottom. I weighed over 200 plus pounds. I literally did not leave the house except to go buy a pack of cigarettes. And this went on for anywhere from 4 to about 7 months. September 2nd rolls around. I really don't remember what triggered it, y'all, but I began to say a prayer. I just remember like bawling my eyes out, crying, and I prayed for about 2 hours straight. Prior to this date, I did believe in God, but I didn't really have a real relationship with him. I prayed maybe a couple of times a year, you know, when you really need something, like that type of thing, but no real relationship. After this date, guys, my life catapulted, the deepest, darkest rock bottom place to complete prosperous, and every single thing that I touched prospered. That very night, y'all, I had an attack by the enemy. I remember falling asleep and something slapping me on the forehead. The reason I knew it was real and it wasn't a dream, because after I woke up, I could still feel the sensation. I knew it was not a dream. Something literally slapped me, and I know that was the devil trying to scare me away from God and scare me away from, like, well, if you say a prayer, this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna attack. All that did was like light a fire under me. So every single day, I just gave it my all, y'all. Morning, noon, and night, pray. And that's what I did, y'all. So on my 1 month anniversary, I had my ADHD diagnosis. So yes, for 27 years, your girl lived with undiagnosed ADHD. On that day, I was actually diagnosed with depression, also clinical depression. So my whole life made sense after that, y'all. Oh my goodness, this is why I was a 5th year senior and it took me 5 years to graduate. This is why I got fired from every job. This is why I can't be on time for nothing. I started Aspen's Journey, October 28th, 2019. Now, I did not upload a video, guys, for another 1.5 years. But what God placed on my heart, y'all, what he placed inside of me, I knew what was about to transpire. I knew what was about to take place, y'all. And if y'all don't take nothing else from this video, this right here is the most important part. In 7 weeks, I didn't even start my business for another several months, guys. I didn't even have the ATM business in mind. But I just knew whatever I was going to do was about to be big. And I knew I was about to transform my life. That's why I named it Aspen's Journey. The plan started on that day to document my journey from this deep, dark depression to catapult it to success. I had that frame of mind after only 6 or 7 weeks of finding God. So February rolls around. This is 5 months after finding God. I am on the Dave Ramsey 7 baby steps to financial freedom. So I'm starting to pay off debt, save a little bit of money, and I invested $3,000 in the startup and purchased my very first ATM machine. I've tried to start businesses before. I've had an eBay store. I've been a freelance makeup artist, freelance hairstylist. Nothing stuck, nothing worked out. It wasn't until I found God. May of that following year rolls around, and this is when my very first test happens. So my very first test was losing my job unjustly. I was never late to this job. I was like the highest performer in the entire company. I really think they didn't want to pay me the amount of commissions. I was already pretty mature in my faith at this point. Although I was only 8 months in, I was familiar with like testing phases and testing seasons and things like that, you know. This season lasted for a minute. It lasted for about 4 months. Also during this time period, I went through an isolation season, and I'm still in isolation season. I'm just beginning to come out of it, but God removed every single person from around me. Guys, when I say literally like 90% of my circle, God will not bless you until you remove the people that are not for you. Like, he's not gonna send the blessing and catapult you to success when you still have snakes in your circle, or people that aren't genuinely happy for you, or people that prey on your downfall. It's not going to happen. So God will begin to isolate you, and God will begin to show you things, and all of a sudden people will just start doing like the most snake-like shit, and you'll be like, how was I cool with you for 20 years? Like, what? But literally God will just begin exposing it. And it's for the purpose to remove them. So do not try to hold on to these people, guys. Whoever it is, you gotta let them go to be able to go into that next season. Isolation season is meant to remove distractions. When you're in isolation, you're not going to be going out, you're not going to be talking to a ton of people, you're not going to be having company, going to people's houses, hearing other people's drama. When you're isolated, that removes most of the distractions, so you can focus on strengthening your relationship with God. It was my 1-year anniversary. I placed my ATM machine. I just kept growing spiritually just throughout the months. Guys, I'm gonna fast forward a year, coming up on my 2-year anniversary. This is when God really began to like place my breakthrough on my heart. But I just had it on my heart like, man, I am right on the cusp. I'm right on the cusp. Something is about to happen. Something is about to move. Like, I'm giving God things to bless. He can bless this business. He can bless this business. He can bless my YouTube channel. You know, I'm giving him things to bless. I'm remaining faithful. I'm on the cusp. Like, I just kept feeling like I'm right on the cusp. Like, something is about to happen. And that feeling would grow always around August and September. I would be just on fire for God during these times, guys. On fire for God. And then towards the end of the year, like November, December, I would cool off and I would lose it, you know. I also had my second testing during this time. So I lost my business, guys. I lost another business. So I'll link it up in the cards. I talk about it in depth in this video. But essentially, I had started my second business. I had an Etsy shop producing like $1,000 a month, which is really good for a business that you just got off the ground. So I was really excited, and then I lost it. So this was my second testing, guys. And I want you guys to notice a pattern. Before every breakthrough, there's going to be a major testing season. It never fails, guys. And once you learn these things, and once you mature in your spiritual journey and your spirituality, you'll know how to see and realize and recognize and understand what season you're in and how to deal with these things. So yes, it's not a coincidence. Before every single breakthrough, it's always going to be a storm, and then the rainbow's gonna come in your breakthrough, right? January 2022. So now we're in the last year. I started uploading YouTube consistently. I was like, I'm gonna go full throttle on YouTube. I'm gonna take it serious. I'm gonna become monetized. Like, I want to really make YouTube another stream of income. It also started my ATM website, which is another business that I still have today. Now, as you all may or may not know, with new levels come new devils, and with bigger blessings come bigger testings. It never fails. So right now, this past year, I would say, has been the biggest storm of my entire spiritual journey. When I tell you guys that God has shaken every single thing that could be shaken in my life, he has completely ripped up the entire foundation, hit down everything with a sledgehammer, and now is in the process of laying new concrete for new foundation and beginning to rebuild. yeah, that's the season that I am in now. As you guys may or may not know, I've been in an Airbnb. It's approaching a year. Next month will be 1 year. And that's due to God really putting me in position to purchase, and I was just procrastinating. And he stepped in and was like, if you're not gonna purchase, I'm gonna step into where you don't have a choice. My same place that I was renting for 7 years, I received a 60-day notice that the owners did not want to renew my lease out of the clear blue sky. I knew that that was from God. I've been in an Airbnb. I was not expecting it to be this long. It's been a bit of a struggle, but it's been so much growth through this journey, just along with so many other things spiritually, right? But yeah, I can say from November 2022 until the date of filming has been my biggest storm. But I know what's about to transpire after this is going to be the biggest blessing of all. So stay tuned for part 2. Part 1 was essentially the first through the third year, and I'll definitely be following up moving forward, and letting you guys know what took place after this. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and you really gained some insight. If you already have a relationship with God, remember, testing seasons are gonna come, guys. Please don't be discouraged. It's a part of God growing you. He wants you to depend on him. He will decrease you. It happens every single time. From losing my ATM machine, from losing my job, from losing my Etsy shop, he will decrease you to build your faith so that you can rely on him, but know that there is always going to be something bigger on the other side. Click the link in the cards, check out that video. Rejection is God's protection. It is so very true, guys, and God placed it on my heart to record this video, and I know it was for a reason, so I truly hope it reaches whoever it was supposed to reach. Never been the same.